Well, hello everybody, and welcome back. I know it's been a while since I've published a video, but I'm back now. Pretty excited about it. For those of you who don't know, I've just been really busy lately, and it's been a really sad time for our family. Again, thank you to all of you who have sent your prayers and condolences. And for those of you who do not know, just recently my Aunt Julia passed away. My aunt on my father's side, so we were down in Toronto in our hometown for her funeral and celebration of life, and to spend time with her family and all of our cousins down there. And it was just a beautiful thing. There's a whole video on our family channel, the Epic Family Road Trip, that shows all of that. And it just was a really beautiful time. But while we were there, we also got news that my grandmother had passed away on my mother's side, which was a really big shock, especially, one right after the other. And it was all very sudden. So after that, we headed down to Arizona again. We flew down to Arizona where the truck and the RV were left when we headed up to Toronto. And then as a family, we drove the truck here to Oregon for my grandmother's funeral and her celebration of life. And we've been here for about a week now, just spending time with everybody and sharing memories. And it's just been a really good time. Remembering my aunt and grandmother, who were both very close, and still pretty surreal. Don't think I'm going to talk about it too much, but just went for a walk here in Cape Kiwanda, or Pacific City, Oregon. It's one of our family favorite spots. I've been here a whole bunch of times. And it was one of my grandma's favorite spots, and it really reminds me of her. So yeah, especially walking through this forest. It's got a lot of old moss, and it's just an old forest, and it really reminds me of like the Lord of the Rings, which was first introduced to us by our grandmother and grandfather here in Oregon. And just feels like stepping into the storybooks that she used to read to us. And it just feels really special right now. So I've got a little cabin that we rented here at the campground, and that's where I'll be staying tonight. But we're staying with my uncle and aunt, my Aunt Beth and Uncle Jason, and we're gonna be here in Oregon until Christmas, just to spend time with the family before heading back to Arizona to continue on with our travels. But yeah, that's what's been going on. Thank you guys for understanding. A lot of your comments were very nice and really helpful, so thank you for that. But yeah, I'm gonna continue on with my walk, and then I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Well guys, here's my cabin that I'll be staying in while I'm here. It's not quite as remote as my cabin up north, but it's really nice and cozy. It's got a bunk bed, and then like a bigger queen style bed, which is what I'm gonna take since I'm here first, and Peter's just gonna have to deal with that. But it's really cozy in here, and it's making me kind of feel a little bit homesick for the cabin up north. I've been thinking about it a lot recently, and just how much I enjoyed my time up there. But at the same time, I'm trying not to think of it too much, because it's still gonna be a little bit of time before I'm back there and back doing my stuff, and I want to enjoy every moment of this trip before that happens, because I know as soon as I'm up there, I'll be thinking of the road. So yeah, it's just man, I don't even know what to think right now, but I'm probably gonna get a fire going outside pretty soon. My parents and brother are out checking one of the beaches in the new truck, and doing some photo shoots and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get a fire going here, and then get a fire going here for my mom to start cooking one of her delicious meals when she gets back. Wow, that was a trip down memory lane walking through here again. The tide was perfect. It just so happened as I was walking through to let me further down the coast than you usually can. At certain times, all of this behind me is all, filled with water and even surfable. So I got pretty lucky. There's tons and tons of starfish that I was able to see. And I think I captured some of them, so you guys can take a look as well. But like I said, this is just a trip down memory lane. We've come here many, many times, but I have lots of fond memories of looking for starfish with my grandmother here way, way back in the day when I was about 7 or 8. So what a beautiful spot. I don't know if we'll have time to go surfing this trip. Didn't bring any of our surfboards, but we might be able to rent some. We'll see. Anyway, it turns out though, it's just been a really great time walking through here again. And it is an absolutely stunning area to be. I always remembered these things being really fun to cut. I don't have the right knife for it, but it's a fun little thing we used to do when we were waiting for the waves to get better or just taking a break from surfing. It's just cutting up these, I don't know what it is, like some sort of kelp. Pretty satisfying. The bottom was always full of water, like little egg. beautiful spot. This is a little bit different than my usual fire lighting scenario, but I'll take it. It's nice and easy. Alright guys, had a beautiful day here, but I think I'm going to go to sleep a little bit early. We've been staying up pretty late talking with family and attending lots of ceremonies and stuff, so I'm pretty tired. I'm going to go to sleep early tonight, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow when we're at my aunt and uncle's farm. So, see you guys then.
Tonight we're going to make bratwurst from scratch, and we're going to start by mixing the ingredients that we'll need for the meat. So first we'll start with salt, then we have white pepper, then we got ground ginger, granulated garlic, we have mace, we have dried thyme, I got some coriander here, we have caraway seed. So lastly we have milk powder, and this will act as a bonding agent for the meat. So this is half of what we need. Put that in and then do another half of that. You can mix that up a little bit. So for the sake of time, we've already cut up the meat. We cut it up into cube size that will fit into the grinder simply. And then we froze it for about an hour. You want your meat as cold as possible. That way, you know, if you're dealing with raw meat, you don't want to get people sick, right? So keep everything as cold as possible. And by doing that, we also freeze the grinder. So we're just gonna go ahead and put this on here real quick. We're gonna put the top on there. And then we're going to feed the meat in. So we'll go ahead and put this here. So this fit over here. So we're going to go ahead and turn this on. It's really loud, so you probably want to play some music while this is going.
Yeah.
We'll just fill this up and then we'll just push it down as needed.
Okay.
So we're going to.
Yeah, it goes a lot faster than I imagined.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got about 8 pounds of pork,
ground to the coarse grind. And typically your bratwurst is going to have a little bit more coarse grind. You're not going to grind it like you would a hot dog where it's super fine. You can't see the definitions of the fat and the meat itself. So this is perfect for what we want in the bratwurst. Now we're going to go ahead and add the seasoning, and we're going to mix it in. And we're going to start mixing that up and get it all mixed in real nice. Then we'll come along and we'll add some whole milk, or actually heavy cream. About half. This will help everything kind of bind together as well. This is the messy fun part. You want to get everything to a nice tacky point. Everything really mixed really well. So it, you want to evenly cover everything so the flavor's even with every bite. Kind of want it mixed till you can pick up a piece of this and it doesn't fall off your hand yet. So it's like it could use a little bit more mixing. And if you were doing this outside or whatever on a really hot day, you probably want to like take a break and maybe put it back in the freezer and just make sure you're just keeping the meat nice and cold.
So does it like bind better with everything when it's cold, or?
Well, no, but you remember you're dealing with raw meat, so
Right.
And we don't have any curing salt in here or anything like that, so we don't want to get people sick. That's for sure. You could put this in like a little KitchenAid mixer too, and you could mix it up that way. But you know, a little work into it makes it a little bit more meaning, right?
Makes it taste better.
Yeah. Grab just handfuls of meat, put it in there, and then kind of punch it down.
Okay.
Is you kind of, and last time I did this, I made it too big, too thick. So you kind of, you want to hold enough pressure to where it kind of starts filling up, whatever desired size you want, right? So then, I think it's probably a pretty good size.
Looks like a good bratwurst size.
So you take this and then kind of squeeze it, and then you want to twist, give it a nice twist, and then.
That's how you do it.
Now some guys will take them and they'll roll them all out all the way, right? And then they'll twist afterward. But man, I struggle with that. So I like to do it as the guy that I kind of watch on YouTube, Chud. And he twists as he goes because I feel like you get less blowouts. That's probably a good hot dog length, huh?
Yeah.
So now we twisted this way, right? So now this one, we go opposite. Because if we went the same direction, that one would untwist, right?
Right.
So let's give it a good couple twists.
You don't want to crank too fast.
Yeah, and you just kind of let it, yeah, you want to let it release to where it's a good size, but not too big. Yeah. Just a little bit of resistance. And as you get better, you can go faster. So probably a good length there, you think? Yeah, probably good. So go ahead and pull some off of there. Now figure out what length, which way we twisted this way last. Is it right? So we twisted this way. Now we want to go squeeze it, get the pocket, and then turn it the other way.
This way?
Yeah, that way. Give it a good 4 or 5 twists. Just until you got a good space in there now. Okay, yeah, now crank again and move on to that. I let them cook on a bed of onions in beer until they were done, and we put them on the grill here to kind of brown them up a little bit, give them some color back. Just get some of the evaporation.
It's like a
Bones.
where they're starting to
Instead of saying amen, she says, okay, bye. And the guy started laughing.
We were like dying. Oh, this is awesome.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for being patient during this hard time for our family, and for waiting for me to come back. And now I'm back. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hopefully learned something. I sure did with the sausage making. That's something I've wanted to do for a very long time, and my uncle Jason here is a very, very good cook, so I'm trying to learn as much as I can. Just helpful things like that I can take back to the island with me whenever I get back up there. And as always, a special thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my Patreon channel. Your support really means a lot, and it helps me to keep doing this, which I love. So yeah, thanks again, and enjoy your Christmas together, guys, and I'll see you next week.